Live chat. Oh, can I open this? Oh, no, I can't. Oh, what happened? Good grief. Ah. Oh, no. This is not good. Mm-mm-mm. What a mess. What a mess. Let's see. Oh, Arnie. Hi, Arnie. Can you hear me? Oh, maybe if I turn this way. Let me know if you can hear me, Arnie. Oh, good. Thank you. I'm outside of my trailer, sitting on my bench, and across from me is the kitchen window with the air conditioner going, and I never know if it's too loud. I am tired. Oh, that's not good. Oh, Arnie, I finally got a good used tire, and a friend from church just left right before it got dark, I guess like an hour ago, and put it on for me. Still need a window, and we're supposed to have storms tonight after midnight and rain all day tomorrow. Yeah, Sunday night at church, he told me that he found a place in the city he lives that had a tire, good used tire, the size I needed. So Sunday night, I gave him the money for it. And right when he got off work today or this evening, he came and put it on. Yeah, supposed to be storms tonight after midnight and all day tomorrow and all day the next day. So my chicken yard will be a lake again. But oh chiquita, hola, ¿qué tú haces? Mm. What a day, what a day, what a day it's been. I I have I have videos I need to make, but the last couple of days I've had such a problem with my blood sugar. It'll be in the morning, it'll be a good number. And then as the day goes on, by afternoon, me too. Me too, Chiquita. Um, as the day goes on, the blood sugar will be like over 400. And that's one day that was even without having lunch. Can't figure it out. And so the up and down makes me so tired. And today, this morning, I went and did laundry. After that, I got some groceries. After that, I got gas in the car. And do you know one place the gas was $3.49 a gallon, And right down the road, it was 3.13 a gallon. So I went to the 3.13 a gallon and I filled up, came home, I rested a little bit, and then I had to go back out. I had to go back out for something. Now, see, I forgot what. And then come home, put laundry away, tend to all of the animals. And then, like I said, right before dark, Raul from church came and put that tire on. So I have not had a chance to rest today. Cindy! Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada. Cindy the crocheter A is from Canada. Yes, Canada. I'm outside on my bench, out by my trailer, well, next to my trailer. And I don't know why. It's so humid because storms are coming. I should be inside with the air conditioning, but I felt like I wanted some fresh air. Correct, eh? Oh boy. Now, tomorrow, Thursday, what do I have to? Oh, you know what I also did tonight, right before dark? I made a fresh egg sign and with just some scrap wood that's around here on the land. And the landlord's handyman banged my sign into a stick that has like a poke on the bottom, like an arrow. And then he banged it out by the side of the road. So, of course, I hope no one comes knocking at my door at midnight for fresh eggs. But hopefully tomorrow, well, it's going to rain tomorrow. Maybe someone will still want to come buy some fresh eggs, even in the rain. Oh, you went twice to Walmart? Um, I didn't go to Walmart today, but I had a busy day. Errands. Mm. Oh, that's what I was saying. I have some Happy Mail videos to do. I got Happy Mail Monday from Manchester, UK. And then I got Happy Mail today from Massachusetts. Oh, Chiquita, our Walmart, ever since the pandemic, our Walmart has really gone downhill. I have one Walmart 4 miles away. That one has a lot of yarn. And then I have another Walmart that's just down the road, maybe about the same distance. And that one is terrible. And then I have another Walmart 20 minutes away, which is not that good. Oh, how many chickens does she have? I hope I can sell some eggs. We'll see. Tomorrow I'll show you the sign. I probably need to make a better size. Oh, my town has no thrift stores, but if I go to Garland or Plano, they have them. But I haven't been in a long time. I've been putting my money into fixing the car. Yes, thumbs up. Thank you. Somebody from church wanted to know. They have a sister-in-law who on Fridays takes orders for pupusa. And someone from church texted me and asked me, did I want an order of pupusas? They would buy it for me. I love pupusa. But I said no because of the trouble I'm having with my blood sugar. A ton? Wow. Oriental chicken? Huh. Our local Tractor Supply. Well, last week, I don't know about this week, but last week they had the baby peeps on clearance, 50% off. The prices were, I think, between $2.99 and $4, and you had to buy a minimum of 4. I'm so tempted, but I'm not gonna go buy any. My Lady Jane is still laying eggs, and she's 6 years old. Oh, I know what else I did today. I had to look through some of my yarn because I need to make a baby blanket for someone. So I looked through some yarn that I have. Gonna see if I can't start that baby blanket maybe Saturday. It's not an order. It's gonna be a gift for them. The young girl that had the baby, a baby boy, um, I guess like about 13 years ago, 12 years ago, I used to teach her in Sunday school when I used to teach preteens. She was in my class. And her husband, I've known him since he was a teenager when he first came here from Mexico and didn't know any English. And now they have a girl. They had a girl, I guess, about 2 years ago. When they had her, I made her a baby blanket. And last week or the week before, they had a baby boy. So, oh, Susan, hi. I'm sitting outside. So I told her mom and dad that go to my church, I'm gonna make them a baby blanket for the boy. I made one for the girl. So I looked through my stash and I had, well, now I forget. It's an ombre, but I forget. It must be Karen. And it has greens, different shades of greens and a shade of blue in it. I forgot what it's called. Um, what else? I'm just deciding on, I'm thinking because I have so many other whips I need to get done. Um, I'm thinking to just do a corner to corner because those work up fast. That's what I'm thinking so far. I'm going to use that ombre and then 2 solid colors, I think. Yep. Now, I didn't get to have supper tonight because the day just flew by. And then, like I said, my friend from church, Raul, came and he put that tire. See, he came the other day. Today's Wednesday. I think he came Monday. He came Monday after work, and he came with the really nice used tire that he found for me at a tire place in Plano. Like I said, I gave him the money Sunday night at church. However, what I should have done was I should have brought my tire that split open that was still on that rim. I should have brought that to church Sunday night and given that to him, so that when he went to that tire place and found this tire, they could have, you know, put it on that rim and balanced it then. But I didn't think of that. So he came Monday, and then we went really fast down the road to a tire place, and we just wanted them to put the used tire on my other rim. Take off that bad tire, put this new used tire on the rim, and balance it. Arnie, you know that that takes less than 5 minutes when you go to a garage. You know how much they wanted? $25. We said, forget it. They were mad. What right do they have to be mad? The garage was mad because we didn't buy, or I didn't buy, the used tire from them. They were offended, and so $25 they were going to charge. So I said, forget it, and Raul told them to forget it, and he put the 2 tires back in his trunk, brought me home, and he said he was going to take it back to Plano where he lives, where the tire place is, where he found my used tire, and they would put it on the rim and balance it for free, which they did. But he didn't get out of work till late last night, and so today he got out of work late this afternoon. I guess it was after 6 or whatever it was, and came all the way here from Plano and put that tire on for me, and didn't want any gas money, so I gave him a dozen eggs. But imagine that, you know, that place that wanted the $25 is the place that a few months back sold me a used tire that was rotten inside, if you remember that. And that tire ended up cracking and going flat on me, and I had only had it, I guess, about, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks. That place can't be trusted. Oh, I'm drinking some nice, very cold water. Yes, very nice of them. And I told them, you know, my Social Security check comes Friday, and that when I see him Sunday at church, I will give him money for gas. And he said, no, no, you gave me eggs. I said, you can't put eggs in the gas tank. And so that's what I'll do. Still looking for a window for my passenger side. It's got plastic taped up on it. And Sunday night after church, when I was out in the church parking lot talking with Raul, my pastor's son came over to see about the plastic that was on my window. And oh, Miss Kitty Cat just came to sit with me. And I said, it's just terrible to drive day or night with that plastic. I cannot see through it. And so they cut me a hole. Raul had a pocket knife, and they cut me a hole so that, just so that I can see that side mirror, so I can see what's behind me. But tonight, when I get done this live, I need to cut a piece of plastic that's in the car and tape it over that hole because of the rain we're supposed to have after midnight. I don't know if I can show you, if you can even see it. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Probably you can't. But you know what plastic looks like. Let's see. Can you see? No. No. That's the hole. No, you can't see it. Nope. Here, crickets. And I got to do a video on the other day. Well, days ago, I should say. Um, Days ago, I got some things for free from Facebook Marketplace from a local storage facility. It's not yarn and it's not crochet patterns, but it's still useful. And I've been busy. They weren't dirty, they were a little dusty from being in the storage unit. So I've been outside with my bleach spray that I have and a rag, and I've been bleaching them. And then I take them behind the trailer to the hose and hose them off. Then put them back over on this side of the trailer so that the sun can dry them. I got them outside, and guess what? It's going to rain tonight. And I haven't made room yet inside to bring them in. But if they get wet, I mean, it's not going to hurt them. They'll just get a second rinsing. But I need to do a video on those, and I need to make room in the trailer to get them in there because they're very useful and I need them. Oh, Margie came? Hi, Margie. Oh, I don't think you're that late. I was telling them that my friend Raul from church came and put a good used tire on my car, so I'm off the donut. But you know what? Riding that donut, I don't know how long it's been. 3 weeks at least. Made that donut to start to go bald. I really need an alignment. Put that on the list. So we got to look now for another good used tire or a donut one just in case. I mean, I can still use this donut in an emergency, but not to drive for another 3 weeks. Still need a passenger side window. No junkyard in my town, and they're all far away, and it's hard to depend on other people. But we'll see. We shall see. It's really dark out here on the land I live on. I don't have a light outside of my trailer. The little light that is part of the trailer out by your door, something happened with that wire years ago, and then the landlord spent money twice to have these lights hooked up on my lean-to shine down on my stairs and on my door, run by solar. They never worked. That was a waste of money. And so last year or the year before, we have this pole. See where that light is? Well, it's a big pole here on the land. And he had that light put on. And it goes on when it gets dark, and it goes off in the morning. And, I mean, it's nice because it... Oh, is that Miss Kitty? I can't see. I don't want to reach over and pet a snake. Oh, it's Miss Kitty. Okay. That light right there... Oh, where'd it go? It's nice because it lights up the entrance to the land, you know, the driveway. And it puts a lot of light on my car where I park, but it does nothing for my stairs or my keyhole. When I come home from church at night or any place at night, I got to use the light on my flashlight to see. Now, where'd Miss Kitty Cat go? To see the keyhole. Other than that bright light, this land is really dark. No, they're still out here because we live outside of city limits, and so no place will come and trap and neuter and release those cats. And someone that lives out on this land told me that the mother cat had some kittens, and she keeps moving them around, and so this is going to be a big problem. I just hope that none of those cats find their way out to the road. I've lived on this land. September 4th will make 13 years. I can't tell you, well, I can tell you, I think I've scraped up 3 cats off the road, but I can't tell you how many turtles. And they always seem to get hit right outside of the driveway here. And I can't stand to see them just laying in the road, dead. And there's some mean people that will just keep running them over. They won't go around them. And so I just can't take it. I got a trash bag and a shovel, and I just shovel them up and put them in the trash bag and put them in the dumpster. I can't dig in this ground that we have here to bury them. And then coyotes would just unbury them anyway. But it's been a couple years since I've had to do that. And I hope that these cats that are running around here now don't find their way to the road. It's a miracle that Miss Kitty Cat hasn't. I mean, she has stuck around my trailer 4 years. I have pictures of her from 4 years ago being around my trailer. Oh, you're back. Oh, you had to switch phones. Yep. There's a little bit of a breeze, and they said the rain is coming after midnight. Well, I'm glad, even though I'm so tired and I'm so sore, I'm glad I got a lot of things done today as far as having to be out in the streets. Like, I gassed up the car, I got my laundry done, I got some groceries done. I don't, you know what? I'd have to, I lost a lot of pictures on my other phone when the Geek Squad, they had helped transfer things to this phone. I hope I do. But I had pictures from years ago of a cat that looks just like Miss Kitty Cat and 7 baby kittens under my trailer. They used to stick their little heads out from underneath. And one by one, they disappeared, except one stayed that had the same markings as Miss Kitty Cat, and it was a boy, and I used to call him Bubba. And he'd be out on this land wherever, and if I would yell out, Bubba, Bubba, he would come running. Then he disappeared. And during that time, the cat that looked like Miss Kitty Cat had disappeared too. And then all of a sudden, Miss Kitty Cat appeared again. Or this is another cat, I don't know. But in the 4 years that has stuck around here, there's been no kittens. So the one that had babies under my trailer must not have been her. Who knows? When you live out in the country, I mean, um, there's been stray dogs that have shown up. I don't know if I had my channel that time that three little chihuahuas, I used to call them the three amigos. Three little chihuahuas showed up. And they was so funny because there was a real tiny one and then a medium-sized one and then a bigger one. The two smaller ones were females. And they just showed up. And it took a few days, you know, for them to come to me, but they did. And I'd keep them in my yard. And when it would rain, I'd open up my lean-to and I put blankets in there and they'd go in there. And I couldn't keep them because I had Monster and Sadie. Tried to call an animal shelter that's just down the road. I'm talking about 3 minutes down the road. They wouldn't take them. I took pictures of them and I posted them on the neighborhood app. And I didn't say 2 females and a male. I didn't put what sex they were because I didn't want just anyone coming. First I was looking for the owners. And I got a lot of spam messages and they must have been around here. They stuck right here, must have been like 2 months. My pastor's wife was buying food for them. And then there was a young couple that was really interested in them. What I was impressed about in texting with that couple was they said, those are not our dogs, but we would love to foster them and would love to come out and see them. And just when we set up a time, for them to come out, they disappeared. I don't know if they took off. Sometimes they would get out of my yard. They'd dig under the fence and get out. I didn't have chickens then. And I don't know if coyotes got them or what happened. But so many stray animals show up here. Oh, Kitty Cat's Knit Place. That's our Mimi. If you didn't guess, when I mentioned I got Happy Mail today from Massachusetts, it came from our Mimi, our kitty cat, Mimi. I haven't said what it is, Mimi. I just told them that the other day I got Happy Mail from Manchester, UK, and today I got Happy Mail from Massachusetts that I need to do videos on. And thank you again. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's Mimi's new channel. So if you don't know, we need to help our Mimi get her subscribers back up. She had her other channel and it went bye-bye, so she's having to start over. Kitty Cat's Knit Place. I shouted her out. I did that Red Rover reverse. Oh, cold water. It tastes so good. Bonnie, I saw you. Now let's see. Whose live was that? Oh, that was Monday in VJ's live. I don't think you saw my message in the chat. I asked you if you could email me. I'm going to tell you right now why. That way there, if you can't do it or you don't want to do it, you don't have to bother emailing me. I have been looking. I've been looking for someone local. And I did contact someone that I know personally that sews. If if this person could do me this favor, and I've not heard back, and I've asked twice, and I offered to barter. I've I've brought that person fresh eggs before. They live in another city. Um, and I said, if you were interested in doing me this favor, I would bring you, a couple dozen of fresh eggs. I haven't gotten no response. So I know they work and they could be tired, or you never know what comes up. I never hold it against anyone for not getting back because, hey, if anyone's life is up and down, it's mine as far as health. But anyway, what I was going to ask you, of course, I can't give you 2 dozen eggs, but I could put some money away to send you. Okay, what I've been wanting was I buy the when I go to Tractor Supply, I buy it's either 40 pounds or 50 pounds of chicken lay pellets that come in a bag. I don't know if it's plastic, a plastic bag. I don't know what the material is. It's not fabric. Like if you go to Walmart and you buy a big bag of dog food, that kind of bag. Okay, well, I have a few of them in my car. I save them because when I go to Garland, to the old-fashioned feed store, and I buy chicken scratch or chicken pellets from there, if you bring in a bag like that, I think you get 3 cents or 5 cents off, you know, um, whatever you're buying. I keep forgetting to bring those bags in. Okay, but anyway, what I'm wanting someone to do is to make me, they have to have a sewing machine and know how to sew, to make me a bag with handles out of that bag, like like a reusable bag, like you take to the grocery store or whatever. I've seen on YouTube people make them, and I think it would be so neat to have one made out of a chicken feed bag because it would have the picture of a chicken or chickens on it already. Um, you'd have to look on YouTube how to do it. They cut the top off and then they fold it down and over a couple inches, and then they use something for the handle. Do you know what I mean? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, anyone that wants to do that for me, I can send you a bag. I think I have 3 or 4 bags. Um, Now I saw on, oh, and I also seen it done in Backyard Chicken Facebook group, and people were talking about some kind of something they used for the handle. Oh, I know, Bonnie, you're back. Okay, Mimi. Don't worry, Bonnie. In the future, you'll have another chance to make one. Because, I have to buy chicken food. um, I think it would be so neat to have one of those or 2 of those. You know what? I will do a video showing those bags. I mean, they're not cut or nothing. They're just the regular bags that the feed came in. Oh, physical therapy. Our backs are so important. when I first got diagnosed with the spinal cord disease, um, I was 20 something, and the neurologist said, explained to me, our spinal cord is the hotel of our nervous center, our nervous system. Our spinal cord is the hotel of our nervous system. And how true is that? Oh, this kitty cat is jumping around. Yeah, and so I have at least 2 videos I need to get done, but today was just too much running around. I'm probably really up to needing to make 3 videos. Oh, someone's coming home. Hope it's not someone coming to buy fresh eggs. Nope. Can you imagine if people start coming to my door at midnight? There's the 3 rings around your back. Oh, yeah. Ugh. Oh, sciatic. It's terrible. Come here, Miss K Cat. Meals on Wheels today. Call the police. Oh, um, what was Meals on Wheels today? It was some kind of, well, it was mixed vegetables and an apple and some kind of meat. I'm thinking it was pulled pork. And then they sent a hamburger bun, which I gave to the chickens. Oh, really, Chiquita? I've been getting Meals on Wheels, oh, since maybe like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks after after I had that gallbladder surgery and came home. I was still so weak from that sepsis. So I called the county and I inquired about Meals on Wheels, even though I'm only 53. The lady said I qualified because of the health issues. And so I've been getting it since then. And sometimes it's good. They don't cater to diabetics, which I understand. You know, they have so many clients. So when they send the desserts, like a little package of Oreo cookies or graham cracker or a little fruit cup of mandarin oranges or anything like that, I give them to another friend. And I'll keep like the graham crackers in case my blood sugar gets low. Oh. Oh, wait a minute. You had Alaskan sweet potato and spinach. Oh, yummy. I love fish. I miss the fresh fish from back home. I really do. Brings back memories. I had a friend, now passed. She was funny and she was like you because she was English speaking but knew Spanish. Oh, anyone that has sciatic issues, when that sciatic flares up, Oh, yeah, Arnie, you have to. Whoops. I'm trying to get a drink of water with the cap on the bottle. I even forget what my sugar was today. I just know it has been up and down, and that just tires me out. Lights came on because in front of my trailer is a little house. It's not a tiny house. Um, and one of my landlord's nieces and her husband live there, and next to it is a little what would you call it? Like a little workshop of my landlord's, and it has sensor lights. And so someone else that lives out here on the land just came home. They got a ride home, and when the car dropped them off and then came back through, those sensor lights came on. I'm going to do a video tomorrow, Mimi, of the Happy Mail. One sensor light just went off. Mm. What else can we talk about? Vamos a la bala, señor. I can tell you a little bit of last Sunday, or this past Sunday, was my Sunday to teach Sunday school. I teach now ages 7 to 12. The little kids wear me out. I'm too old. Anyway, I could share with you a little bit about what I taught the kiddos. The other day, I did a car vlog from, where was I? I might have been at CVS parking lot. I went there the other day to pick up my glucose strips. And, oh, 222. That's a little high, but, and anyway, I was doing the video. I called you up from CVS parking lot, and oh, I was talking, and I realized about, 17 minutes, I think it was, I never pressed record. Yeah. Now, when my blood sugar gets like 120, I get the shakes. 120 is too low for me. And yet the doctor wants me to be between 80 and 120. I said, listen, that may be like the normal range for most people, but when I'm 120, I'm shaky. I'm not going to, you know, go around being shaky all day. Everybody's body is different. They can't, set a range and expect that that's going to be the norm for everybody. So much depends on your numbers. Your overall health is the major factor. If you have other conditions, that's going to affect your blood sugar. How active we are affects your blood sugar, our diet, a whole lot of things. And some of these endocrinologists, they come across to you like it's just your diet. It's not just your diet that affects your blood sugar. I mean, we all know our own body, right? The endocrinologist doesn't know my body. Hey to you, K and K. What are you doing? I'm sitting outside in the dark because that's how it is on this land, except for that big light. I think I'm getting my feet. I got my chanclas on, and I think the mosquitoes are liking my blood. How are you, ladies? If you haven't seen um, K and K, she made a dinosaur. It is peaceful right now. I hear the crickets and my air conditioner, and sometimes there's an owl. Okay, chiquita. Cuídate, Dios le bendiga mucho. I'm tired, K and K. I had a yeah, K and K. She made her dino from Terry Yarnjoy podcast, but she changed it up a little. I did laundry this morning, and I took Buddy to the laundromat with me, and next thing I know, he's over where the kids' playhouse is and where those little rocking horses are for the kids. He found himself a little rocking horse to sit on. And I took a picture of him on that plastic rocking horse. I put it on my community page. And boy did Buddy and I get some funny looks, but I don't care. I'm proud that I've had Buddy. Today Buddy and I started to pack up his bags. He'll be leaving Friday, going to his next destination. Buddy was being very lazy. It's good to change things. Yeah, Buddy will be saying goodbye Friday. Tomorrow, Buddy's going to help me do a Happy Meal video, though. Oh, K and K, a friend from church came just before dark and put on a tire for me. But I'm still searching for a window. God has a window for me somewhere. I don't know where, but he's hiding it. Oh, Miss Kitty just walked on my foot. That's kind of creepy when you're out in the dark and something furry walks over your foot. Hope it was her. Yeah, my friend from church lives in Plano, where Plano is bigger than where I live. And he found the tire Saturday, and I gave him the money Sunday. I know. I hope that was Miss Kitty Cat. Oh, I think it is. Yeah. Now she's meowing and trying to get on my lap. Like I say, I'm a little nervous to put my hand out and pet anything because I don't want to find them petting a snake. I have been seeing on that I belong to that Backyard Chickens Facebook page. I'm wondering if I should not leave that group because they've been posting so many pictures of snakes. Hey, I didn't join a snake group. Uh-oh. Why does that say, um, I didn't press nothing. This message is held for review. Oh, Layla must be on the keyboard. Um, yeah, people in the chicken Facebook group, they have been posting so many pictures of snakes in their coop, around their chickens, killing baby peeps, eating eggs. I don't want to see that. I know it happens because if you remember, last year it happened to me. There was that 5-foot chicken snake in my coop that had 2 eggs in them. Oh, Miss Kitty Cat just... And then in that group, people start arguing. Because some people, they don't just take those snakes and relocate them. They make it so that snake will never appear again. And other people is, you know, saying they're terrible people for doing that snakes are harmless, they keep down the rodents, and it's worth them taking an egg every now and then to keep the rodents down. And I mean, I think at the time, you have to do what you have to do. Now, me coming from Massachusetts, Mimi can tell you, we don't have all these different kind of snakes back home. There's so many different kinds down here. I don't know the difference. To me, a snake in my coop looked like something I didn't want to mess with. Come to find out, it wasn't a poisonous one, but if it had bit me, I would have felt it. And then with my health issues and weak immune system, I probably would have got more sick than a healthy person. So thankfully, help came and caught it, and they relocated it. But I mean, I don't agree with these people in that Facebook group jumping on other people for whatever decisions they make. You know, some of them have little kids that like to go out with their parent and collect the eggs. And what if a kid sticks their hand in a nesting box and there's a snake in there? I mean, you have to trust that people are making the right decision. What's best for them, right? I wish they'd get back to posting pictures of all their chickens and all their eggs and stop posting all these snake pictures. Uh-oh, did I run everyone off? Uh-oh. Are you still here? Oh, yeah. Okay. Gross. It was Layla. Yeah, I figured it was. Okay. And so, so I have, and I like to read the comments in the group because you can learn things. But lately I've just been scrolling, looking at the pictures of chickens and peeps and eggs and scrolling real fast past the snakes. And because of people jumping on other people, now I'm not reading the comments. I don't want to see all that nonsense. So I'm just about a frog's hair from probably leaving that group, which is too bad. But I just, I can't see why people want to do that to other people. Okay. I didn't know if I lost everyone. And then they say, a chicken snake is only going after the eggs. A chicken snake is not going to kill your chickens or your peeps. Well, I don't know. I've talked to some old timers around here who say that a hungry snake will go after a peep. They can swallow a peep. Peeps are tiny and they're so fragile. And if they're hungry enough, they will attack a chicken and even um, constrict them. So again, you can't say, these people can't say that a chicken snake is just after the eggs. I mean, if rodents are the problem for these people that are saying, I'd rather have a snake stealing eggs every now and then than have mice around, well, my answer would be, it'd be safer to go get you a cat than to be entertaining a snake. I don't know how I got off on that, but I'm very careful now when I go in the coop and reach for any kind of eggs. Thank God. Oh, how I thank God that day I went in there and put my hand in that nesting box. Something just made me to look up in the corner of that coop, and I saw that snake. And he saw me. He was looking at me. I have no desire to see snakes of any kind. I'm telling you. They have their purpose, but their purpose is not to be close to me or my chickens. And people down here, boy, did they know their snakes. But like I say, back in Massachusetts, the only kind of snake I ever saw was a garter snake. I don't even know if back home, Mimi, if we have water moccasins like down here. They're also called cottonmouth down here. I don't think we got that back home in those lakes. If we do, I was never told about it. And as a kid, I used to swim in the lakes. Oh, would she do good with another cat? And back home, those little garter snakes are more afraid of you. You turn over a rock or something, and there's one there that takes off real quick. Oh, I never heard about it. Um, my cousins and I used to go swim in those lakes. And down here, that lake that I go walking sometimes on those trails, and I'll call you up. Um, when you get close to the lake, there's some trees. They're not very big trees, but they're there. And one time there was 2 snakes in the tree. Now that is something to see when you're walking and looking around and looking up and you see 2 snakes in a tree. I'm getting the heebie-jeebies. Are you there? I don't know what happened. Oh, okay. Something happened. it went completely black. So I think tomorrow I need to make another fresh egg sign. Raul, he banged it into the, well, first the landlord's handyman banged it into the ground out by our driveway, but it was facing the neighbors. Oh, it glitched. Oh, it buffered and it glitched. Um, and I thought, well, I don't want the sign to face the neighbors only. I want the neighbors across the street to come buy eggs if they want to, but I need the sign to face the traffic. So Raul, after he put that tire on, he pulled the sign up out of the ground and hammered it down so it faces the traffic coming by one way. But I need to make another sign and either have the handyman screw it down into the back side of this side sign, or put the second sign on the other side of the driveway. See, my plan was to set me up a little egg stand at the end of the driveway. I had shown that little spot one day in a video, but I want to get a rolling cooler, and I don't want to pay the outrageous price at Walmart for it. I know someone's going to have one on Facebook Marketplace for like, I'm willing to pay $10. I mean, I'm a penny pincher. And I want it to roll because that will be easier for me to roll it out to that little spot. And I can put my either ice packs in it or dry ice. And then I can bring out my eggs and put the eggs in that cooler. And then I can have other eggs that well, see, I collect my eggs, right? And if they have poop on them or some straw, stuck to them, or if, let's just say, if the egg is a little messy, I don't wash it like with water, with soap, with anything like that. I just take a damp cloth and I wipe it. I just wipe where it's dirty. I don't wash the whole egg because the eggs have a protective layer on them after the hen has laid them. And if you wash them, then you need to refrigerate them. So I do have 24 eggs in the refrigerator that have been washed. Now, not with soap, but just with water. But I mean, they look like you bought them from the store. Now I have, and those are in the refrigerator because if you do that, you have to put them in the refrigerator. But if you just take the eggs from the nesting box and just with a damp cloth wipe off where it's dirty, you can keep those eggs out for up to a month. And so I want the people to be able to make a choice. Some people like their eggs just right from the nesting box, not even with a damp cloth. They'll take them with the poop and whatever else is stuck to them. Anyway, I want to have some in the cooler, ones that I have wiped off, washed good, and then other ones outside in cartons sitting on top of the cooler that, are not so clean. So people can choose. We have to be penny pinchers. So my plan was to find on Facebook Marketplace one of those rolling coolers and then sit out in that spot and pray people stop and buy the eggs before I melt in the heat. Now, I did find the other day one of those coolers in Plano, but it wasn't far into Plano. I mean, I would have gone and planned. In fact, I had planned to. Oh, it was in Garland, which is closer. And the lady wanted $15. I made an offer for 10, and she accepted the $10, but she said I had to get there within 10 minutes. Well, I can't get from here to Garland in 10 minutes, so I told her, I'm not going to make it there in 10 minutes. So I lost out on that. But someone will have one. Just be easier to have. There's been other coolers on Facebook Marketplace, like for $5 and $10, but they're not the ones with the wheels and the handle, and that will just be easier for me. Even though I'm not going to be putting my eggs in it and wheeling them out because I don't want them to break, it will just be, a cooler is not heavy when it's empty. It's just bulky, you know. Um, it will just be easier. But in the meantime, I thought, well, I'll just put up the fresh egg signs, and if someone comes here to my fence and knocks or whatever, I'll just sell it here from the trailer. It's not what I wanted to do because, you know, when you have a Chihuahua, anyone that gets close to your place, the Chihuahua barks and then Monster barks. But hey, they're just doing what dogs do. I'm surprised no planes have flown over. I live right under a flight path from the airport. We have 2 airports in Dallas. That's how big Dallas is. And usually there's planes all the time, as you know. And since I've been talking to you, there hasn't been one plane. I can't imagine that people's, well, what time is it? 10, 12? And the storms are supposed to come through after midnight. People's flights could have already been delayed. It's just unusual that no planes have gone by. Well, I don't know what else to tell you. It's so nice that you all joined me. You know, my lives are just wonky pop-up lives. Oh, someone else is coming home. I think this is the landlord's, yep, the landlord's niece and her husband. Now that's strange. Their sense of light didn't go on. They pulled right into their own house. That's strange. Oh, now it went on. Well, oh, I know what I need to do. I'm going to cut a piece of plastic and tape it over that hole. Oh, I was saying earlier, I guess I forgot. um, that this past Sunday was my Sunday to teach. And I said here in the live, I can share some of what I taught the kids if you wanted. And then I guess I forgot. Over 30 years teaching Sunday school. 30 years went by so fast. And I've taught all ages. I started out teaching, well, being a teacher's aide in kindergarten Sunday school. The teacher would do the lesson and I would do the activity. And did that for a long time. But through the years, I've taught every age. And even back home, there was a couple times I taught the adults. but 30 years. And I guess, oh, I don't know, maybe 3 months ago, 4 months ago, we finally divided our Sunday school class. We're a small church, but growing. So we've always had just the little kids in with the older kids. But since we've grown and we have other teachers now, I got to the point where I said, I think it will be better if we divide the class now. We have enough kids between the ages of 7 and 12 where we can make a class just for them, because now God has always helped me to gear my lesson for whatever ages are in the class. Everyone gets something out of the lesson. Thank God for that. Um, but we were having more little kids than the 7 to 12 age group. I was noticing some of the older kids were getting very distracted by the littler ones. So I made the suggestion, it's time to divide the class. So the pastor called the meeting with the Sunday school teachers, I think maybe 3 or 4 months ago. And that's what we did. And we still rotate. So it was that I was teaching every other Sunday when we had all the ages combined. But like I say, we got other teachers now, which is good. So I teach like every 3 weeks. And it will change if someone's out sick and you fill in, you know. But I'm having fun teaching the 7 to 12-year-olds. I'm too old now to be with those little kids. They wear me out. But they're fun. Oh no, public school for 21 years. Mm, that's a long time in public school. Mm, but still, through the years, I volunteered 2 years at a Head Start. I had an aunt, had a cousin who was in Head Start, and my aunt started volunteering as a teacher's aide. Then she fell in love with it, and the Head Start paid for her to go to the community college, and she became a coordinator, social worker. And then I volunteered. I didn't get paid. I volunteered 2 years in Head Start. And before that, or maybe after that, I forget, I volunteered at a YMCA. On Saturday mornings, we had a craft and cooking program, something like that, on Saturday mornings for 2 hours. And I volunteered as an aide in there. Oh, Steve, you know what? I forgot what my blood sugar's been today, but it has been up and down all week. It'll be really, a good number in the morning. And then as the day goes on, the other day it went over 400. And I can't figure, well, I can figure it out. It's not my diet. I'm eating real healthy. In fact, I'm losing weight. Every time I go to the doctor, I've lost more weight. But I just don't seem to get rested. I didn't rest today. But days that I do rest a little bit, I don't get good rest. I'll rest and then I'll get up and I don't feel rested. And I never get REM sleep. I've not gotten REM sleep for years because I'm a very light sleeper and I just can't get comfortable due to the spinal cord pain. So my nights are very restless until it all catches up with me, and then I'm just worn out, and then I crash. So all that has been making my blood sugars real wonky. But I think today, now this morning, I think it was in the 200s because I did take the 60 units of insulin. And I know later on in the afternoon it was in the 100s. And then I didn't have a supper, so I hadn't checked again. It's terrible, Steve. It really is terrible. It is a battle. Like I was saying earlier, um, some endocrinologists, that's a diabetes doctor, they assume that your blood sugar levels are just your diet when it's not. A lot of things contribute to blood sugar levels. Diseases you have, um, not sleeping good, how active you are, and yes, your diet, but there's a whole lot of things that come into play besides what you're eating. And I know what a diabetic diet is because I used to work in the health field. I was a nurse's aide and a home health aide. In fact, one nursing home that I worked in, our Mimi's mother was a resident there, and stress, yep. Um, our Mimi's mother was a resident at the nursing home I worked at, but I don't remember if I was there when she was there. But I was a nurse's aide and I was certified home health aide. I went into people's homes and cared for them, and that included sometimes preparing a diabetic meal. So I had all that training. And if your body, stays in a state of chronic pain all the time like mine does, I have an intolerance to so many medicines, and especially pain medication. I can't take it. So the only time that I've had pain medication is when I've been put out and I don't have a choice. Like for the surgeries that I've had to have pain medication. But because I have such an intolerance, I just live with the pain, and I have a high tolerance to pain. When it gets to where I can't take it anymore, the neurologist has said by that time it's just so out of control, the pain is. And so that puts stress on your, oh, Miss Kit Kat again, puts stress on all the systems in your body, which raises your blood sugar. Yeah, Mimi was a nurse's aide, so she also knows. I don't know if you can see Miss Kitty Cat. Don't think so. Um, so many things. But uh, Steve is right. There are people that have had diabetes and they'll have a stroke or a heart attack. That nursing home that I worked at, where Mimi's mother was a resident, it was a nice nursing home. It was small and it was clean. And then there was a bigger one in that same town. I think the other one had a couple floors, like maybe 2 or 3 floors. This one that I worked at, where Mimi's mother was a resident, it was all one floor, but different different sides to the building. I guess you'd call them units. Yes. I was never diagnosed with diabetes till I moved to Texas. Back home, I'd have, go to the doctor for your physical and um, have blood work done. Never were my sugars so out of control. Some nursing homes are terrible, Arnie. You know what we were taught, and Mimi, maybe you were taught this. If you, if the nurses' aides are keeping their residents clean, changed when they're wet or soiled, and giving them their showers and their baths, even bed baths, if you're keeping your residents clean, no nursing home should ever have an odor like of pee. Some nursing homes, you walk in and that's the first smell that you get hit with, which is disgusting. Well, you get that because some people are just not doing their job now. It takes more than one person, to keep everyone clean. But that one that I worked at, while I worked there, it never had an odor. We used to get complimented by family members that came in. And later it closed. I don't know what happened. I had already left there when it closed. And then I think it got turned into a daycare. Did it, Mimi? And then there is the other one still there, Wachusett Manor. We had people leave Wachusett Manor, nurses' aides, and come work for the one that I worked at, which was called Gardner Manor. Yeah, I heard it got turned into a daycare. Is it still a daycare? Now, interesting fact. That city that I worked in, that nursing home, is called Gardner. Now it's a school. Gardner, Gardner, Mass. And I lived about maybe 20, 25 minutes away from there. Gardner, Mass. Sandra, Gardner, Mass is known as the Chair City. And there used to be a school, I think it was a high school. And out front, it had a huge chair. You know what I'm talking about, Mimi? And it was called the Chair City because they used to have, years ago, it was known for making chairs. Now, where I'm originally from, my city had a lot of, what would you call it? Industrial at one time. Yeah, the chair still. You should do a video on that chair one day, Mimi. Oh, really, Steve? So I'm originally from Leominster, Leominster, and the next city, which is Fitchburg, Fitchburg. They're right next door to each other, and they are called twin cities because if you live in one and you go to the next one, you will find streets with the same name as the other city. And so Leominster, if you know of Johnny Appleseed, supposedly Johnny Appleseed was born in Leominster. And when I was growing up as a kid, we had tons of apple orchards around in Leominster. You'd go with your family and pick apples. You'd go as a field trip from school, go and pick apples and learn all about Johnny Appleseed. And I don't know if they still do anymore, but they used to even have a big craft fair uptown. And it was called something Johnny Appleseed. And then, and so in Leominster, when I was a kid, they had a lot of plastic factories. Um, I'm trying to think of that one that is well known. It used to make, it made sunglasses. Foster Grant, or Foster and Grant made sunglasses. And Tucker's Housewares used to make laundry baskets, um, dish pans, all your plastic tumblers, your plastic bowls, your plastic pails, like for mopping the floor. Tucker's Housewares used to make all that stuff. I had family that worked there. I had family that worked at Foster and Grant making sunglasses. We had a coat hanger factory. We had a factory that was called Bees, Bees Comb Company, and they made combs and brushes. Yeah. Um, so Leominster was known for Johnny Appleseed, and then also for all the plastic factories. Then you go up the road and you're in Fitchburg, which is the Twin City, and that city was industrial. We had a wool factory. Fitchburg, it was called Fitchburg Yarn, that made yarn. Uh, I had family that worked there. And then they had a purse company, made purses, shoe place. Oh, and then James River Paper Company, which was right on the Nashua River. And there was a time that I lived across from there, from that paper company. And whenever they would make colored paper, the river would turn color. You'd see the water red, you'd see the water green. Whatever color paper they were making, the river would turn that color. That factory was, if you looked out my windows across the river, you could see the factory. It looked like it was a little island, but it wasn't. You went down the road and under railroad tracks and around, and there was the factory. But then, and that was not good for the water. And then we got a mayor who really pushed to clean up that river, and that ended. Oh, I missed a bunch of. Wait a minute. Lechmere. I never heard of Lechmere in Boston. How did you end up in Texas? Oh, that's a story. You'll try Friday. You have a doctor's appointment. You thought Johnny Appleseed was a book? They have a highway named after him, and they have a, don't they have a rest stop named after him, Mimi? Drops in Layla's ears. Tool manufacturer. Oh, that's an Athol. Paper mills can be stinky for sure. Grew up next to one. Oh, yeah. And then, what is that town? Let's see. Maybe that was in Lancaster, Mimi, where we had the Anwelt Shoe Company. They made shoes there, and I had a friend who was a security guard there, and he used to get shoes really nice penny loafers and dress shoes for free, because at that factory, if the stitch was just a little off, they couldn't sell them. And so they'd give them away to the people that worked there. And my friend was a security guard, so he'd get them for free. That was called Ann Welch Shoe Company. I think that was in Lancaster, which is right next to Leominster. Oh, yeah, Johnny Appleseed Rest Area. Hey, Steve, what is Lechmere near? What other town? Like, is it near Cambridge? Oh, he just told me. It's near, I don't have my glasses on. It's near Mitt and Necco Wafer back then. It's in Boston. Huh. Oh, in Athol. And also my city, Fitchburg, has a twin city in Germany. In Germany, there's a city named Fitchburg. But also Fitchburg has so many hills, more than Worcester, more, not more than San Francisco, but it's up there. I forget. You could Google it and say, like, is Fitchburg the second hilliest city in the country or something like that? One time, one of my cousins did that and told me, and now I forgot. But Fitchburg is also known for all its hills. Worcester is called the city of seven hills, I think. And people, it's called Worcester, but some people call it Worcester. It doesn't have an H. It's Worcester. I don't know many places in Boston, and I don't know my way around Boston. Of course, I've been there, but I know Chelsea, Lynn, Revere, Rosendale. Yes, the Seven Hills. That's in Worcester. Shrewsbury used to have the Christmas tree shop, which used to be fun to go to. Then if you head out towards Mimi's Way, there was a good fish place there. I think it was in Gardner, called Kay's. And me and my friend, we both worked together in that nursing home. We would go to Kay's and get fried whole clams, which are delicious. Hey, Angela. And then if you get over to Lexington and Concord, which are really bougie towns, they used to do a reenactment of the war there. Mimi, do you know Kay's and Gardner? Okay, Margie. Thank you. Oh, no. I never did like SNS. And I used to live near there on River Street. Oh, I never liked it. And then out in Lunenburg, there was another fish place called Conrad's. And the original owners, Mr. and Mrs. Conrad, Mrs. Conrad was a Lunenburg public school teacher. She taught my cousins. And Leominster, years ago on Central Street, which is right basically downtown, there was a little fish market called Boston Fish Market, even though it was in Leominster. And you could get the best fish there, and they would wrap it in paper, like newspaper. Um, and you know what? My first apartment was up above that fish market because my family knew the owner of that whole building. And so I was able to get a few dollars off my rent because the owner knew my family. And that was my first apartment up above a stinky fish market. And boy, did my apartment stink. And sometimes they would give me some free haddock. Sadly, now I've been in Texas. This past February made 13 years. Um, in Fitchburg, where I lived, it really went downhill. No pun intended, because there's so many hills and I lived on a hill. It really went bad. The crime, oh, drive-by shootings, um, so many murders. It got really bad. Several people I knew got killed. Oh. And when I think back to when I was in high school, it was pretty bad back then. We had, my city had lots of gangs. Different races were against other races. And I don't know why. It wasn't that I was oblivious to it, but it just kind of, I don't know how to explain it. I became a lot more aware when I got out of high school. Um, for some reason, became more aware of all the crime and just how dangerous things were. But it was like that when I was in high school. So I went to high school with people that were involved in gangs, and it's just how that city is. Oh boy, I know. I have friends and family back there, and all they ever say is it's just getting worse. In Leominster, um, you never used to hear about such things, but I think it spilled over into that city too. Oh, Chicago. Oh, well, and for quite a few years, I'd have to really think back to how long, but quite a few, I lived um, one apartment, I was 2 blocks away from the police station, and then I moved into another apartment, and I was 1 block from the same police station. Let me tell you, both of those neighborhoods had so much crime. And I mean, the police station was right there in the middle. And just a few blocks down was the courthouse. So people would get arrested, say tonight, and tomorrow morning they'd march them down 2 blocks to the courthouse. But um, the crime was so bad in that neighborhood with the police station right there. Oh, and the parking in Fitchburg, forget it. Especially in the winter. Um, you can park in the street in the day in the winter, but at a certain time, you cannot be parked on the street. They will tow your car. They will put tickets on it, and you better hope that people don't walk by and take the tickets off, because you'll never know that you had a ticket until you owe a lot of money. They'll tow your car, they'll ticket your car, or they will plow you in. Those streets need to be clear for the plows. They don't play around. And a lot of those neighborhoods, it's all on-street parking. So you're always worried about that in the winter. And then you can go out there and clean off your car and shovel out where you've been parking, and say you leave to go to the grocery store or you leave to go to a doctor's appointment. Well, that parking spot on the street that you live on, if you don't have a driveway, it's first come, first serve. So you just cleaned it all out for someone else to come and park in it. And now you got to drive around the block, wait for them to leave, or you got to find you another empty spot. And some people used to put lawn chairs out in the spots, or they'd put those orange traffic cones, or I even seen people put a couch out in a spot before in the winter. And that couch got moved and someone else took the spot. That's just how it is. When you live in the city, especially downtown, like I did for a number of years, boy, oh boy, it is a rat race. Milk crates. Oh yeah, you'll see everything in a spot. Lawn chairs. It could be snowing, and people are still gonna put things in an empty parking spot, thinking that when they get done, whatever they have to do, doctor's appointment or whatever, they think when they come back that they're gonna be able to get in that parking spot. I'm telling you, someone is waiting and watching for your spot. It can be a little, um, well, not hilarious, but a little funny. You know, you drive down these streets and you see all the milk crates and whatever in these different parking spaces. Some people even get into fights over it. You must have seen that in Boston, Steve, because there's a lot of off street or no, on street parking in Boston. Miss Kitty is sleeping on the ledge that's by my gate. Well, I guess this is it. Tomorrow I will try to get these videos out. And I'll let you know if anyone shows up tonight at midnight for eggs. I don't think so. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? If I lived in Boston, I wouldn't bother with a car. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate you. Yeah, Mimi, okay. How long have I been here? Wow. Time flies. All right, everyone. I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for being, oh, excuse me, being here. Uh-oh, what is Ani saying? We had someone one time that demanded us to move, and we were waiting for a friend to come jumpstart our car because we saved a spot for them. Oh, it takes all kinds of people, doesn't it? Going to bed. Okay, Bonnie, hope your back gets better. Thank you, Steve. I really appreciate you being here. I need to get that crocheted thread sent to you. Okay, everyone. Good night, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks again.